The following content contains story spoilers. Hey everybody, it's Ray. 1.5 is finally with us, and so too is the return of Zhongli. So if you've seen my previous character Let's Play videos, you'll know the drill. Let's jump right on in and get to know all the basics about this geopolearm user. Zhongli is a distinguished and mysterious gentleman contracted by the Wangsheng funeral parlour and extremely knowledgeable about all sorts of things, including some rare and little known knowledge about the history of Liyue Harbour and funeral rites for the Adepti. You may have spotted already that Zhongli doesn't have a geovision, but instead a geognosis. Zhongli doesn't need a vision to harness the power of geo, as he's actually one of the 7 Archons of Tevat. Zhongli is the current form that Liyue's Archon Rex Lapis is taking. A gnosis enhances the god's power and is proof of their seat amongst the 7 in Celestia. So the Man of the Hour can be obtained through a special limited time event wish. We first saw him back in version 1.1 and now he's back in 1.5. Once this banner ends, he will not be available in the standard wish. He may be added eventually, we'll have to wait and see if the banner comes around again. While the banner is active, there will be a special trial stage where you can test him out. In this stage, Mihoyo paired him with Kaya and Lisa, gave him the Staff of Homer and a full set of Noblesse Oblige artifacts. So you'll get a good picture of his playstyle once you've had the chance to build him up. Playing the trial stage will also net you 20 Primo Gems. Aside from Primo Gems, you're going to need a few more things. Head on over to the Geo Hypostasis for Geo Crystals and Basalt Pillars, go mining for core lapis and gather up some slimes. To upgrade his talents you'll need books of gold, more slimes, and a tusk from the Golden House. Once you've added Zhongli to your team, any more wishes returning the same character will give you his Stellar Fortuna. This will light up his constellation Lapis Dei, expanding on what he can already do. So let's have a closer look at those talents. His basic attack, Rain of Stone, performs up to 5 rapid spear strikes. He can also consume stamina to lunge forward, causing stone spears to fall along his path. He can plunge from midair to strike the ground below, damaging opponents along the path and dealing AoE damage upon impact. The second passive talent, Dominance of Earth, deals bonus damage based on the maximum HP to all of the combat talents. For the basic charged and plunging attack, the damage is increased by 1.39% of Zhongli's max HP. His elemental skill is called Dominus Lapidus, and there are 2 ways to use this skill. A press to activate the skill will summon a stone steel, dealing AoE geo damage. The steel will stand for 30 seconds and every 2 seconds it will pulse or resonate, dealing geo damage to nearby opponents. As it's considered a geo construct, it can be climbed and used to block attacks. The steel will resonate with other nearby geostructures for additional damage. Holding the skill button will cause nearby geo energy to explode and generates the Jade Shield. If you haven't already reached your maximum, a stone steel will also be created. The amount of damage the shield can absorb scales based on Zhongli's maximum HP. It can drain geo energy from up to 2 nearby opponents. Although it doesn't cause any damage, it can break geo shields or bring down geo pillars. Being protected by the Jade Shield will decrease the elemental and physical resistance of opponents in a small AoE by 20%, although the effect cannot be stacked. Zhongli's first Ascension passive, Resonant Waves, means that whenever the Jade Shield takes damage, it will fortify. Fortified characters have a 5% increase in shield strength, and the effect can stack up to 5 times and will last until the shield disappears. The Ascension talent, Dominance of Earth, increases the damage caused by the Stone Steel, Resonance, and Hold damage by 1.9% of Zhongli's maximum HP. His first constellation, Rock, the Backbone of Earth, means he can create up to 2 Stone Steels at a time. Constellation number 3, Jade, the Shimmering Through Darkness, gives Dominus Lapidus an additional 3 talent levels. The 6th constellation, Chrysos, Bounty of the Dominator, takes 40% of incoming damage to the Jade Shield and converts it to HP for the current character. This skill also has its uses while exploring Tevat. If you come across a large pressure pad like this, standing on it won't do the trick. Summoning the Stone Steel will activate the pad and deliver whatever goodies it's hiding. Here we got a treasure chest. And that's not all. Gone will be the days of mining crystals with the Claymore users. Summoning the Jade Shield will have all of this ore ready to harvest in a jiffy. His elemental burst, Planet Before, will bring down a falling meteor to Earth, dealing massive geo damage to opponents caught in its AoE.
This is order!
And applying the petrification status to them. Petrified opponents cannot move for a short period of time. The Ascension talent, Dominance of Earth, increases Planet Before's damage equal to 33% of Zhongli's maximum HP. Unlocking his second constellation, Stone, the Cradle of Jade, means that Planet Before will grant nearby characters on the field a Jade Shield when it descends. The fourth constellation, Topaz, Unbreakable and Fearless, increases Planet Before's AoE by 20% and increases the duration of the petrification status by 2 seconds. The fifth constellation, Lazuli, Herald of the Order, grants an additional 3 talent levels to Planet Before. And his final passive talent, Arcanum of Crystal. It refends 15% of the ore used when crafting polearm type weapons. I'd show you this in action if it wasn't for the fact that I haven't had a Northlander prototype drop since 1.2. When cooking the healing dish Bamboo Shoot Soup, there's a chance he'll create his signature dish, Slow Cooked Bamboo Shoot Soup, instead. This dish will restore more health than the original product. So let's take a closer look at the Zhongli on my account. He's still at Constellation 0, and his talents are upgraded to levels 6, 7 and 9. It won't be long before Zhongli gets a crown. I've unlocked all of his Ascension levels, he's at level 80 and has just hit level 7 Friendship. He's currently using a Crescent Pike, and as neither his skill or burst cause Geo Infusion, the physical damage bonus will remain unaffected. I don't think this is the best for him though, and I am considering switching it out with Gladiator or the Lithic Spear once I've leveled them up a bit. When it comes to artifacts, he currently has a 2-piece Gladiator's Finale for the attack boost and a 2-piece Noblesse Oblige for the extra elemental burst damage, with an attack percent timepiece, a geo damage cup and a crit damage headpiece. I think I do want to switch these out, as 1.5 sees the release of a new artifact set, Tenacity of the Millilith. It looks like a Zhongli set. And I am planning to try out this domain, so we'll see if we get anything decent. The HP boost from the 2-piece set will be great on Zhongli to increase his attack, but I generally tend to play more as a burst damage dealer, so I probably won't go for the 4-piece set, but we'll see. Although I think I'll be keeping this Geo Damage Cup, because it's probably the best artifact I have. Zhongli will work in absolutely any combination you throw him in. For free-to-play players, there are a few options for a Geo partner. Once you've made it to Liyue, you'll be able to make use of the Traveller's Geo abilities, and there's a guaranteed Noel from the Beginner's banner. If you've been lucky with your pulls, you may have also gotten Ningguang, who is probably my personal favourite pairing for the Geo Resonance. Any double Geo teams will benefit from the Geo Resonance Enduring Rock. Not only does this increase shield strength by 15%, any characters protected by the shield will also deal 15% more damage, and dealing damage to enemies will decrease their Geo resistance by 20% for 15 seconds. Because of his durable shield, he works nicely with characters who are prone to being interrupted or have a lower health stat. Catalyst users tend to have lower health than others, and archers are easy to interrupt while they're aiming. Running a double Geo team with other characters that are able to generate shields makes the most out of this resonance. I also like to run double Geo teams with another double element. Pyro is a good one for the attack boost, or Cryo for the critical damage. For example, this team of Zhongli, Ningguang, Zhangling, and Jinyan. For this team, as all of the other characters are from Liyue, switching to the Lithic Blade even at the lower level gives a better attack stat for Zhongli than the fully leveled Crescent Pike. Aside from the Geo and Pyro resonance boosts, the Jade Screen will give a Geo damage boost, and alongside Ningguang's basic attack, the Stone Steel will cause Crystallize when it comes into contact with the Pyro element, and you can rely on Zhangling to keep the heat up even when she's off the field. So, time for our final thoughts on Zhongli. Like many other players in the community, I really love Zhongli as a character, and he's so interesting in the story so far. As a playable character, I really don't think I give him enough love, and he deserves a spot in my team a lot more than he actually gets one. And while this uploads, I'm going to be busy playing his new character chapter story, as the Archon quest in 1.4, We Will Be Reunited, has left me with some questions. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment letting me know your favourite thing about Zhongli. There's plenty more where that came from, so please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. I have some more interesting content planned for you already, including a closer look at the Battle Pass, and we're going to be trying our luck to see if we can bring home the new 4-star unit Yanfei. But until then, I'll see you next time.
If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
It's time for some bloopers and fails from behind the scenes. I stopped paying attention to text someone back. Sorry, Zhongli. Sir? What are you doing? And here we have a Geo Archon in his natural habitat.
Ah, yes. I have a new contract here. Care to take a look at it together?
Zhongli has forgotten his wallet. Aha, there it is.